ladies and gentlemen, I'm Dr. William Small, your money mentor, and I'm the founder of DrWill Enterprises and the host of Wealth Builder Seminars in Dallas, Texas. I hold a PhD in biblical studies, and I've written over 10 Bible-based business books, and I've helped hundreds of people quit their jobs, start businesses, or earn extra income by working from home. The information in my videos is better than what you would receive in some of the best business schools in the country. Now, I'm sharing this empirical knowledge with you for free, but the only thing that I need you to do in return for me is to subscribe to this channel and share these videos with your family and friends. If you are ready to become wealthy, you can go to my website and download my ebook, Money Does Grow on Trees, to learn how money grows on the family tree. Brothers and sisters, we don't fail in life, love, and business because of what we know. We fail because of what we don't know. Download Money Does Grow on Trees today, and I guarantee you'll be glad you did. All right? Amen. Now, I've been working on producing a masterclass called Maximizing Fatherhood, which is a 12-part series of videos that teaches a man everything that he needs to know about how to become a better man, husband, father, and provider. This masterclass will teach you everything you need to know about how to live your life, love your wife, and raise your children that will put you on the fast track to becoming wealthy. Now, family is the primary organization for wealth generation, and if you take this masterclass, brothers, you will learn how family correlates to being wealthy and how wife is synonymous with wealth. It'll premiere in January, so don't miss it. Now, today's video is episode 3 of my 4-part Black Men Matter series titled, Do Black Men Really Matter to Black Women? See, there is a protracted war that has been raging since the 1970s between black men and black women as a result of the influence of the feminist movement on black women. Feminist ideology led women to burn their bras, wear no panties, and have sex all willy-nilly, but then women wanted to go back to traditional values after the babies started appearing so they could make men responsible for taking care of them. The men thought they were just having fun and getting sex for free, so they ran away from this responsibility. This left women to raise these babies alone, and therefore they raised their daughters to be strong and independent women. The problem is strong and independent women are incompatible with men, so the next generation of women end up getting left alone to raise children alone. And that cycle has continued for several generations of women to the point that women want to be married, but they have difficulty maintaining a relationship with a man because of feminist influence.
And Monet has tried and failed at finding Mr. Right.
I feel like I deserve something better than what I've been getting from the men I'm dating.
It's an issue that black women in particular have a lot to say about.
It is very hard for black women to find love. In fact, just about every black woman you ask that question will say that it's almost impossible.
People don't want to admit what the reality is. Professional black women are not making it up. Well, I'm still single, so if I'm still single, I need to look at myself and say, Monet, like, what are you doing wrong? Are you projecting something out that you don't really want to project? Or what is it about me that's either turning men off?
So in this video, ladies, I'm going to talk to you like a brother would talk to his sister to protect her heart and help her to have better relationships. You won't always agree, but that's exactly why you need to hear this, all right? Amen. Now, the strong, independent woman finds it difficult to be in a relationship with a man due to 5 issues: pride, feminist ideology, female masculinity, equality, and disagreeability. Now, let's talk about pride first. The strong and independent woman hates the word submit because of their pride. They can't be number 2 in a relationship with a man because of their pride. They cannot be a follower of a man who is a leader because of their pride. And all of the prideful reasons that strong and independent women have difficulty being in a relationship with an alpha or high-value man are the same reasons some men are perpetually unemployed. Their pride won't let them submit to men in authority, a boss or a supervisor on the job, and they cannot follow a leader because their pride makes them think that they should be number 1 also, standing next to the leader rather than following. These men's pride makes them think that they should be in control when they have not paid the cost to be the boss. When discussing men who have this prideful condition, we generally blame what they're going through on the male ego. However, we never consider that the strong, independent woman's problem is that she's operating with a male ego too. Strong, independent women have a problem keeping a man because they are too masculine. Their male ego makes them prideful. Therefore, they won't submit to the authority of another man. They won't follow a man because they believe that they should be the leader. They believe that they should be in control of making the final decisions in a relationship, and when they have a strong man that they cannot overpower, they jockey to stand beside him in the number one position, and they fight to get him to agree to let her be in on the decision makings with him. Now, strong, independent women do not understand that they cannot be independent and be married too. Being married requires you to be interdependent. Therefore, independence and marriage don't mix. The married, independent woman demands that all the decisions be made jointly because she doesn't understand that while two heads are better than one, it is not better when those two heads are on the same body. A marriage is an organism where two people become one in the same body, and when a body is born with two heads, it is deformed, so it'll die early. And anything with two heads eventually becomes an unruly monster, and it'll have to be killed. This is why 80% of the women who get married kill the marriage by filing for divorce. They realize that they created an unruly monster, so they kill it. Killing the marriage is also the product of masculine pride or ego that is fighting to be in control. Now, marriages and relationships die early when both the man and the woman are operating in masculine energy.
I'm telling you, you know how like Instagram girls be like, I'm a bad bitch and shit like that? Like hashtag bad bitch? You're like the baddest bitch I've seen.
The fuck you say?
Huh?
You call me a bitch?
Oh, I didn't mean it in a derogative way. Like, not like that.
Since when is calling a bitch a good thing? Huh?
It's not like that. It was a compliment.
So we calling bitches now?
We're
Delete my fucking number.
Masculine energy is only compatible with feminine energy. So strong, independent women are not compatible with men because they are masculine. Masculinity keeps women lonely, looking, and dog walking because even a weak man is only going to stay with them but for so long. And since my specialty is wealth building, I try to get couples to see that God created the family to be the primary organization for wealth generation, but there must be a combination of masculine and feminine energy in order to create wealth within the family. Masculine energy is logical and directive, whereas feminine energy is creative and organizational. When the masculine and feminine are complementary, whatever a man is trying to produce, a woman has a spiritual power within her to give birth to it. Now, the problem in today's society, as a result of the feminist movement pushing women to be equal with men, is women are becoming the same as men and acting like men. Most women, even the ones who believe that they are girly girls, operate in masculine energy 98% of the time every day, and they don't know that there is a difference between being feminine and looking feminine. Now, this happens because women must operate in masculine energy on their job. They must think logically, manage tasks, make decisions, fix problems, be assertive and competitive and ambitious. And the majority of women who operate in masculine energy on the job daily are single, and the majority of women in that singles category are single mothers. Therefore, once they leave the job, they continue to operate in masculine energy. They have to make quick decisions, be on the go, fast moving, multitasking, taking care of the kids, and being assertive in order to protect themselves. Now, most women today don't get much of a chance to be feminine because they have to constantly project masculine energy. The problem this creates in society is male and female incompatibility. Male and female incompatibility leads to dysfunctional homes, divorce, and single motherhood. Now, when a man gets with a woman and discovers that she is constantly operating in masculine energy or acting like a man, he leaves her to find a woman who knows how to project feminine energy or act like a woman. Now, do you know the real reason why there's so many complaints about sexual harassment in the workplace? It's because most men are not attracted to women. Most men are not homosexual, so they are sexually repulsed by men. And a man will be attracted to and approach a female at work because he thinks that she's a woman, but what he doesn't realize is that while she's at work, she is actually a man in drag, a man wearing a dress or a skirt. Therefore, being a man, she is repulsed by being approached sexually by another man. And feminist ideology has her thinking, how dare you approach me like a woman? I'm just as much man as you are.
Hey man, check it out.
Oh man, look at her.
Right. You know what I would do to her. I'm gonna take a picture for later.
Yeah, do that.
Why
Send it to
don't
me.
you take a picture? It'll last longer.
I already took two. Come on, man.
See, women constantly operating in masculine energy create another problem in society, that is male and female sexual incompatibility. See, men will have sex with a man that has a vagina, but they don't want to have a marital relationship with them. In most cases, they don't really want to be seen in public with them. So there's a difference between having sex with a woman and getting boy pussy. Women who operate in masculine energy always talk about men being on the down low when all they have to deliver in the bedroom is boy pussy. A man can have an orgasm with a female boy, but the pleasure that he gets from having sex with a feminine woman is absent. Therefore, a man will always leave the female man that he's having sex with whenever he finds a real feminine woman. As long as women continue to project themselves as strong and independent, the less likely they are to have a husband. See, men don't view strong and independent women as someone who needs help to be provided for and protected. And black women constantly complain that black men don't protect them, but they never had a man to tell them why. Sisters, the reason why a guy has to mansplain things sometime to you is because sometimes you need mansers. As long as black women continue to have that I don't need a man or I can take care of myself attitude, they will always be the most unprotected class of women in America. And this is not political or ideological, it's just natural. Now, if a man sees a woman struggling with a suitcase, for example, he tries to help her, but she says, I got it. Now, what does he do? Okay, he walks away and let her handle it, right? So if a couple is struggling financially and the woman says, I can do bad by myself, what does he do? He'll walk away and let her do bad by herself, right? But she gets mad, hurt, and angry when he does walk away because the truth is she was lying, okay? A woman who is doing bad never wants to be by herself or have to pay all the bills on her own. She wants to have help, which is why whenever he does leave, the first thing she does is file for child support. Now, this is the gospel truth, so I get a lot of pushback on this because the truth hurts, right? And this is why women get mad at me when I ask them, if you could really do bad by yourself, why are you using the government to force him to help you? Then they always say, it's not for me, it's for the kids. And then I say, no, it's for you too, because you spend some of the money on yourself buying clothes or getting your hair and nails done, and you don't take the excess and put it into a college fund for the kids. You spend it to dial yourself up so you can find another man. See, women don't understand that they are more likely to find a snowball in hell than they are to find a husband as long as they continue to be masculine. No man quickly comes to rescue another man, but they'll always rush to help a princess or a damsel in distress. Now, ladies, you have to understand that men have a hard time loving a strong and independent woman because they are too much like a man. There has to be love in a relationship or marriage in order for it to remain viable. And see, love is not required to begin a relationship, but it's essential to maintain it. See, love is a threefold cord that is not easily broken when that threefold cord is comprised of freedom, justice, and equality. However, ladies, equality with a man is not the same thing as being equal to a man. See, the word equality is a combination of the words equal and quality. Quality has to do with one's ability to satisfy certain needs, and it's a degree or grade of excellence, right? So if your quality is high, my quality must be high in order to achieve equality. But if your ability to satisfy certain needs is low, then you must find a low quality partner in order to be equal. Equal is not the same as equality. Equal means being the same in quality, size, degree, or value, and equal also means to be even or fairly balanced, okay? Now, all men are created equal, but all men do not have the same quality, degree, or grade of excellence. Some men go through life simply eating, breathing, and dropping excrement, whereas some men do or create things that make the world better or satisfy other men's needs. The same is true for women, all right? Some women have the ability to satisfy men's needs and make their lives better or improve their quality. However, some women only have the ability to position themselves to take advantage of a man's power, position, or possessions. And there's a class of women that know how to help men make money. And then there's a class of women who only know how to shop and spend a man's money. Now, these women are greedy, so they enter into a relationship looking to get more than they have to give. And that's because greed is defined as a conscious effort to get more than one gives. But greed is also one of the 7 deadly sins, so greedy people are relationship killers. As soon as the money runs out or their ability to get is gone, they are gone also. And we call these women gold diggers, but the men who operate like this on a deliberate basis is what we call a gigolo. See, gigolos are relatively fit and handsome, and they prey on old, lonely, and unattractive women because they're greedy. And gigolos are able to prey on these ladies because they're greedy too. See, they want to get a better looking man than they deserve, so their greed makes them vulnerable to having their valuables taken. And as soon as all the woman's valuables are gone or she says no to his request for more, the gigolo gets gone too. Ladies, there's nothing wrong with being strong, okay? But trying to be independent within the context of marriage is masculine. A man wants to have a wife to be strong and have a certain amount of independence because he needs her to be able to operate independently in his absence, but within the scope of his vision or mission for the family. Now, a man must have a woman who agrees with this, otherwise they won't be able to coexist and their marriage will cease to exist as a result of disagreeableness. Here's a quiet secret. All of the most agreeable people in the world are women, and all of the most disagreeable people are men. One of the ways this truth is reflected in society is that the best personality predictor of being in prison or unemployed for men is to have a high degree of disagreeableness. One of the best predictors of a woman being without a husband is a high degree of disagreeableness. When I'm checking a woman out to see whether or not I can put her on my team, if she says the words "I disagree," I drop her immediately. Okay? See, there's a spiritual power in a woman that she will use to help give birth to whatever a man is trying to produce if she is in agreement with him. So I cannot engage or employ a woman who won't give me her power because she is disagreeable. And I can easily find a woman that will agree or who can help to empower me. So ladies, there are guys with YouTube channels who are promoting the lie that many black women will never get married because there are 2 million more black women than there are men. And sadly, they come to this conclusion because they don't know how to conduct statistical analysis. If you look at this chart, you will see that there are indeed 2 million more black women than men. However, the population disparity does not occur until after age 65. Now, notice during the normal range for marriage, 18 to 64, there is population parity. The disparity does not begin until people get closer to 60, so it is at that age when women begin to enter no man's land. Now look at the education and income areas of this chart. Ladies, 24% of you have a bachelor's degree or higher, whereas only 19% of black men have one. This reveals that only 33% of black men will be making $50,000 or more, but the income of the average black man will be in the $41,000 range. So if you look at the occupation type, 59% of black men will be working in the blue collar or service sectors of the economy. That means, ladies, most of you women who are college educated and working in white collar positions will not be able to get a high income white collar black professional. If you want to be married, you must drop your aversion to marrying a blue collar brother and understand that any man who works every day and gets paid for what he does is a professional. Now, there are many unmarried black women that have college degrees of knowledge that work in white collar positions. So this tells us that they already know how to demonstrate value as an employee, but they have no degree of knowledge in how to demonstrate value to a man in order to get him to want to marry them. Too many educated, career-minded women have no knowledge on how to obtain, maintain, and retain a husband by demonstrating their value as a wife.
Just let Sakina go. I was going to say that I think that the focus of women, between ages 18 to 34 is also very different. Like, you don't finish your degree until you're, 20, 22. And then if you go on to grad school, now you're 24, you're 26, and then you're a working professional. So I think the focus of millennials, especially black millennials, is very different. We're traveling, we're working in corporate environments, we're entrepreneurs, so I think... Some of them is turning up.
Career-wise, women have more options because they tend to be better educated. They're better educated because they tend to go to grad school more. They go to grad school more because we have to start getting money first. Like, I know so many girls with 2 or 3 degrees. I know only a few guys with a degree, and only a few with 2.
Right.
Like maybe like one dude who has like a 3rd degree.
Right.
It's not even close, but I know why that is. Like when you get out of, when you're in school, when you're thinking about making money, right? You get out of undergrad, okay. I need to get this job most likely. Yes, I could go to grad school. Maybe I want to even. But I'm feeling the pull of whatever finances that I need to make, whatever people think that I should have,
Right.
whatever I think I should have for myself.
Right.
Women don't always have that same pull. Women could just be broke and it's whatever.
Right.
Like, it's not even a thing. Women go out being broke on purpose sometimes. Like, they go to the club, I got no money. It's like a badge of honor. It doesn't, for dudes, it's not like that.
He said,
You know what I mean? Like, no, it is though. Like, they go,
I'm proud of it.
It happens.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
Well, they don't have to pay to get in the club. It's most of the time.
And so, like, and you know, women tend to, you know, women can live with their parents age 30, 32. I've known women who have done that. Men, you up out of there.
Right.
You know, if you're a dude, you're age 30 and living with your parents, that you getting this. You getting thumbs down. So the pressure to make money is earlier. So grad school becomes maybe not. Women, yes.
The average educated career woman never learned how to be a wife. So a wife is a woman who has knowledge on how to add value and submit to a husband. And a wife understands what a career woman will never know, that submission is a position of wealth and power. These women know that they have to add value to the company and submit to their boss in order to be promoted to a position of wealth and power on a job. However, they have no clue that in order to achieve wealth and power through marriage, they will have to submit to their husband too.
Describe what the modern day black woman is. What is the modern day black woman?
I think it's definitely something that we're stepping into now, being entrepreneurs, business owners, independent, striving for a little bit more than I think in the past, individually, and keep growing.
Since career women learn about submission from other career women or their ignorant preacher, they will never get the kind of man, wealth, or power that they really want. They will be in their 40s, competing with girls in their 20s and 30s for young men rather than being married to a real man. In reality, the women who believe that submission is degrading are too masculine for a real man to be attracted to. These are the women who complain about men being on the down low, but it has not dawned on them that the reason that the down low cats have sex with them is because they are attracted to men. These women exude a lot of masculine energy, so they attract guys who like to have sex with other men. Ladies, if you ever said the phrase, "I'm more man than you too masculine for a real man to want to have sex with you," okay? Let alone see any value in marrying you. Now here's a Muppet news flash. You cannot receive the things of God when you are led by the wisdom of the world. Feminism is a type of worldly religion that is no different than Catholicism, Judaism, or Buddhism. It has its own ideology, doctrine, and deity, so women who follow feminine ideology are children of a lesser God. Since they go to a Christian church, they believe that they are following Jesus, when in reality, their God is the satanic God that feminists worship. The doctrine of Jesus is supposed to be guiding their lives, but they actually guide their lives by the feminist doctrine. Feminist doctrine teaches that men are the problem, and the world and all of its women will be better off without them. God created the woman to be a helper or a helpmeet for men, so if men are not doing well, it's the woman's fault. But feminist women pray to the Most High God to give them a man when their feminist doctrine leads them to refuse to do what God created them to do with and for a man. Ladies, if you want your children to grow up to be people of consequence and folks who matter, you have to understand that black men matter, and that you do need a man if you want to have a family that is happy, healthy, and wealthy. Now, I know I shared a lot of information real fast, but don't be confused about the positions of the man and the woman in the family. Both are equally important, but marriage relationships must have equality in order to maintain its viability and for the partners to increase their value to each other in the world. A relationship is unnecessary if the union of those two people and the children they produce are not doing something to make other people's lives or the world better. All right? Amen. Well, that's all that I have for now. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, and I'll be back with something new that nobody told you. Until then, remember that God loves you, I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it. And I'll see you next time on Wealth Builder Seminars.